Get ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. For the next hour, we will forget about the black man, we will forget about the white man, and we will deal with the human. Pastor Andre Guy is here to answer your questions from a biblical perspective. He's an humble man who's on a mission to bring the church together with a Bible and a dictionary. He will tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help him God. And now, here's Pastor Andre Guy.
Good evening, members and the rest of the world. Welcome to another edition of The Truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God. I'm Andre Guy Reed. Hey, you got tomorrow right now. And for the next hour, let's forget about the black man. Let's forget about the white man. Let's deal with the he perspective, if you will. Feel free to call in at 901-452-3094 or 901-324-7490. Any comments, suggestions, agreements, or even disagreements we may have. What benefits you qualify for is free, doesn't cost you anything, without being disagreeable. Highway 51 North for some of the best soul food eating this side of Middleton and Memphis. Okay, got a couple of things to go out there. First thing, you know, this lady with this abortion, people don't realize the evilness of it. That little girl, Greta Thunberg, she back in the news, just about to get her child some medication. And thank God for President Donald J. Trump. He's introduced a thing to where it's going to make it hard, if not impossible, for homosexual couples to adopt these children, which I think is a tragedy, to allow the child to grow up in that kind of dysfunctional environment that I consider to be dysfunctional. First, let's go with abortion. Let's grab that first.
That's this week's Speak Out segment. What do you think? I think it's all part of the That's this week's Speak Out segment. What do you think God thinks about abortion? I think it's all part of God's plan. In a recent installment of the Kids Meet series, Amelia Bono, one of the activists behind the Shout Your Abortion campaign, sat down with children to spout pro-abortion talking points. Do you think that sometimes it's not okay to have an abortion? I want to say it like if you're being reckless, if there's nothing wrong going on. I don't know. I just don't agree. Do we want people to just have all those babies?
Yes.
So what do we do with them?
They made them.
Bono goes on to call the pro-life label propaganda because, the abortion advocate claims, pro-lifers don't want to take care of babies. I would like to say this to Ms. Bono in return. Show me the Planned Parenthood preschools. You won't be able to find any because pro-lifers are the very ones volunteering and serving and giving their energy to maternity homes to care for women who choose life and their babies, whom abortion advocates would rather see not born. Elsewhere in this lie-filled video, Bono muses on how she believes people come from different backgrounds with how they think about when life begins. When it comes to unborn life, she asks, is it an arm? Is it a sea cucumber? Is it a baby? This is an alarming example of science denial. When life begins is not a matter of opinion. When life begins is a scientific fact. And when Ms. Bono says otherwise, she is lying to children. She is doing the opposite of educating them. Finally, to call abortion part of God's plan is straight up diabolical. And a reminder for all of us that we need to pray for Amelia Bono and all of those who spread this propaganda.
Now, that's one of the things that's out there. The latest Greta Thunberg video. Then we got this.
Here are some matching videos.
She running around here on the talk shows and all this stuff now about what these kids ain't going to accept and what they going to do and all this. And, you know, at what point are y'all going to wake up and realize this is propaganda? This girl been trained. Let's see this. I'm going to get this lady what she had in California. This woman, she's a United Nations now. Greta Thunberg in California video. Here we go. Let's see what we got in this right here. Now, she's in Iowa City, it looks like, too. So she's making her rounds in America now. I'm sure we'll get the one with, well, I know what it was, the one when she was on, what's that dude's name that come on TV, Noah or something, the comedian. Greta Thunberg on the Noah Alexander show.
These pictures should match.
Noah. What's his name? You know the comedian comes on at night.
I know Noah, but I don't know the last name.
I don't think Alexander's last name either. Let's see. Let's take the Alexander out altogether. Yeah, but she was on there talking about how she caught a non-fuel burning ship over here because she's one of the few people that can afford to do that. You roll over there in a gas burning cab. That didn't stop you. Let's see. Go to commercial break right quick. I'm gonna make sure I find this kid. Go to commercial break right quick.
Are you looking for affordable auto, home, life, rentals, or barrier insurance? Insurance in Memphis shop multiple carriers to find the best rate for our customers. Have an issue with driver license or
Trevor Noah, yeah, I found it on the Trevor Noah.
Insurance in Memphis has a market just for you. When the other says no, Insurance in Memphis says yes. Insurance in Memphis is located at 3556 Hickory Hill Road at 901-417-8022. Call your local authorized progressive agent, Sheena. Call her and give you a free quote, and you'll be glad you did.
I found it. His name is Trevor Noah. Just another guy. I want to see if he want to listen to this with me. Hello?
Hey, that's that.
Hey, Lee. I couldn't hear what you said, guys. I listened to you. Thank you, Lee. It is Trevor Noah. Now what did you say, other guy? He's a true African.
Yeah, he's a true African.
So is Steve Nash.
He's a white boy.
He's a South African.
Yeah,
he's a white boy.
He's South African.
Okay. What that mean?
You said Noah's a true African, so is Steve.
Man.
Huh?
If he don't want you, he still be too bald. He is too bald.
Okay. Other guy. I played the little girl. What do you think about that little girl?
That little
girl, Greta Thunberg, doing, how dare you say that for us to die? How dare you? You will pay, you will see it, you will pay, and I look cross-eyed at the president.
I'm one way on that little girl. And I think that little girl's doing the right thing.
What?
You asked her a question. Please allow me.
Now, what is the right thing? You think that she's trying to get a prescription for some medication?
No.
She needs some. She needs medication. She needs medication now.
We don't never let them talk. What do you know that you?
Now, you know, Judah gonna send one in to my, if Steve Nash is from Africa, then he's from Norway. Well, you from Norway because he's South African.
Okay,
all you gotta do is look it up.
That's all. I want to hear from Judah. Look at man.
But now you think this little girl doing the right thing about what she?
I think she's doing the right thing. Let me can't do some loud more.
Okay.
What this little girl do? This little girl, what you 12, 13, like no more than 16.
She's 12. She's 11 or 12.
Okay, all right. This girl knows this. I got a lot to live in with you. And I want to live in a world where I can breathe without getting sick.
Hey, man. So you tell me you this 11, 12-year-old girl that convince you that the world will come to an end if you don't stop driving gasoline cars.
Not the guy.
You know your mini bike ain't gonna run.
Why?
You gonna have to get you a bicycle.
I'll get a bicycle then.
No, you wouldn't get a bicycle to stop the end of the world. Let me ask you a question about that, with that climate change. So do you really believe that they eliminate fossil fuels? You can't drive your cars, they eliminate the planes and stop for eating cows and all that stuff. Do you really believe that's gonna make God decide what he can and can't do with the weather? You don't believe that?
Okay. Let me tell you what I believe. Okay? I believe that King James Version, from that King James Version said this, sir.
What is that?
Okay? All right? That we are to be good stewards of the earth. God.
Yes, I 100% agree with that. I 100% agree that we need to take care of our environment. I 100% agree with the fact that we should not take for granted this beautiful land and beautiful plains that God has given us. I have no doubt about whatsoever.
How that little girl wrong?
I'm telling you what the little girl wrong is. When you sit around there and God said take care of the world, he didn't say nothing about if you don't take care of it, man can destroy. These people are saying, man, that if you don't eliminate fossil fuel, they basically tricking people into going to slavery for the government. Then we finna come in and technocracy, control the energy and stuff, but we finna make you second mortgage your house so we can put solar panels on it. We finna take away your gasoline-driven vehicle. If you can't afford an electric vehicle, you can start riding bicycles. And by the way, that's why we got Burger King serving plant-based hamburgers and stuff. We want you to stop eating meat too, because we don't like meat.
Hey, man, I ain't one of them things. They ain't like that thing.
And then it ain't like it either.
Give me a cow and that pig, man.
No, you can't have them both. You can't have a Greta won't do what you want. And then
No.
hold on, here goes Shaft. Hold on.
See what you listen at. Okay.
Steve Nash is actually African Canadian American. He has triple citizenship. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So I was right again. I knew he'd be too hard. Could not get no African.
He's African. He was born in South Africa, man.
I don't find that no Steve Nash, man. And you're not trying to talk about no Mother Joe. I don't talk about.
Well, I got one I want you to talk about.
Okay.
Because after I played Greta Thunberg, I'm going to play the great move that our president of the United States pulled this weekend. What do you think about that move we pulled this weekend?
Moving on to Florida.
Do what now?
Moving to Florida.
No, I'm not moving to Florida was a smart move. Now, what he did was he introduced legislation that's going to stop these homosexuals from being able to adopt children.
I don't care about those gays and stuff of that thing.
I care about them gays and rubbing the house. If you can't make now, you shouldn't raise now. If you can't make now, you shouldn't raise now.
I'm starting to get worried about you.
What part are you worried about? What part are you worried about?
Having looked inside that King James Version, sir, yes, I know. There's more than homosexuality in there.
Yes.
But that's all you talk about.
Wait a minute. I started the show off with what? Abortion. Abortion. So I started off with abortion.
I thought y'all ain't got up the ball.
So, okay, what I
started my point.
Well, no, I didn't, because I started the show out with abortion, so I'm talking about murder. Then I started the second part of what I'm going to play now with Greta Thunberg, so now I'm talking about false prophecy. And then we're going to end it with Donald Trump has passed legislation where these homosexuals won't be able to adopt these children anymore. Then we're going to deal with homosexuality.
Here's what you are, okay? Now, I expect that from what you call it. I expect that. You didn't go no school.
You didn't go to school? You kind of think you're a little dummy, don't you? You think you're a little...
Trump cannot pass legislation.
No, that is right. He could introduce it.
There you go.
That's
okay?
right. Okay, that's correct.
That's from you. Somebody didn't know when the birth of this nation was. About some October 31st. I'm like, what's wrong with that little rat?
Man, I'm finna go back. The more I try, the slower I get. Okay, let me see this message here. This Judy want to say some other guy.
Message from Judah. Ask other guy since he's concerned about the planet. Does he pick up around his community?
That's a good one. Send the calls to that. That's interesting. Hello, Carl. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Captain.
Hey, Ray.
You know how beautiful God had it yesterday?
Man, he got beautiful today.
From service, yes, I decided to walk 2 blocks.
Okay. Did you get lost?
My kids hit plastic bottles, so I pick them up as I go along.
Mm-hmm.
So a bunch of young men is playing basketball about 3 houses from where I live.
Right.
To come around the block. I stopped the game.
You stopped the game?
I stopped them from playing basketball for a moment.
Ray, how you gonna watch them playing basketball? You blind?
He said he stopped him with
Well, I got McCain.
Oh, okay.
See, I got McCain.
Oh, I thought you said you stopped and gazed.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. I stopped and asked them. I said, do you guys see what I'm carrying? They said, yes, sir. I said, what I'm carrying? They said, old plastic bottles, water bottles. I said, y'all live in this neighborhood and y'all see this trash and you all pick it up. You know, the first one kid said,
What?
I live here, but I ain't no garbage man.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yep.
I said, excuse me. Where do you live so I can talk to your parents? He said, well, I live with my grandma. I said, well, that's your problem then. Your parents ain't teaching you enough.
You're going to get some skin tore off you.
I knew you were going to say that.
You're going to get some skin tore off you. You're going to be naked and wounded out there, Ray. They're going to take care of you. You ain't going to see it coming either.
I can't help it, I can't help it.
I know it's frustrating. I know it's frustrating.
You claim to be black. I know I'm black.
Right.
But if I can't ask these young men, I said, check it out. I said, why don't I go get a bag and we clean up the neighborhoods? And then they start cursing. Then I know I say to them. Because I use the word work.
Let me make you quick. Did they know you were blind?
Yeah, I got my cane with me.
That's right. And they curse you out anyway?
Oh, yeah. You have that feeling by saying they have to go to work.
You know, I got a good friend of mine, a guy named Ron Up Church. And he showed me in the Bible, you know, how other guy was exactly correct. We are held responsible for taking care of our environment and our surroundings and all that. Now they're going too far with that climate change stuff, but we do have an obligation to this earth. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
And Pastor, I walk every day. But when my cane hits something,
right,
I try to pick it up. I have gloves on. But I pick up the trash in my neighborhood after I hit it. If my cane hit a $10 bill, my wife gonna take that $10. Gee, you did good, boy.
Wait. So how did y'all end the conversation?
There you go.
I want to end that conversation, man. You know, times change, man.
Man, what?
People got a different standard in their morality. You know, we growing up, even the wine, when they passed by the church, they put the wine bottle in their back pocket, or the young men and women, they were cursing and stuff, they stopped and they passed the church, old people. Shoot, now they walk up to them and cuss them out.
Mm-hmm. Especially when I was growing up, the older folks, you gave a number of respect for. Right. And then if you did get out of line, the people the generation above me, oh man, they tighten you up. They tighten you up.
Even if you had an old person that was cussing you out, you couldn't cuss them back out.
You can't say nothing to them.
You know, but let's listen to Greta Thornburg. The girl need medication.
When I pictured my dad, Josh, I remember his hands, strong.
Have you seen this lady's thing she's been doing with her margin and all this stuff?
He put in long hours day after day.
She's a bitch with her thing. Okay, that's what I was right.
The master called
that was a tribute to him. The goal is simple.
Oh, Lord.
Produce the most delicious wine. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of hard work. That's okay. Yeah, I wouldn't have had it any other way.
Says Josh, Sellers, okay. Josh Ryan. Let me get this call. So I'm on through with you.
I know, that was Ray. He said they got really angry, so that way he just walked away.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And the other caller, call back.
Please welcome to the Daily Show. Greta Thunberg. Welcome to the Daily Show.
Thank you so much.
And welcome to New York City. You came here on a zero emissions boat. And part of me thinks that's because you love the climate. The other part of me wonders if that's just your Viking heritage.
Maybe it is.
It might be.
Yeah.
Tell
It's Paul Vertical. You tell that girl, Trent, she came over here on a zero emissions boat. I bet you rode to that studio in a gas burning cab, too. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, RC. What's going on?
No, but that's what I was trying to say. We were talking about the inner city, the neighborhoods, the black neighborhoods, and things like that, are what we call bad neighborhoods today.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime you take the unity out of the community, the people in that community lose value for something.
That's no matter what community you in, that is true.
Exactly. Now, that same community, we were saying that when you walk past the church, people wouldn't curse. They would put the wine bottles down. But you would also have like drug dealers or pimps standing on the corner telling the younger guys they ought to go to school.
Okay.
You ought to go to school. You know what I'm saying? But now you don't have that.
And why is that?
Because the value have gone out
of
a lot of communities. Now, these are good communities, Pastor. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of them were at one time.
Exactly. A place like
but they ain't all that good no more, though.
Because the value, because a lot of the value, you know what I'm saying, is still in the people, you know, the younger people have gone. The older people still have it, but a lot of them are scared to step up.
Well, a lot of them are sickly, and they trying to groom their children or their grandchildren to take over their property and pass it on to. And what has happened is those children or grandchildren don't have the moral values that we had in the 60s, 70s, and early 80s. And therefore, they're feeding into this new millennium attitude of liberalism, and our communities are reflecting the same.
But you gotta look at it like this, RC. Check this out.
Okay.
Check the household now. Back when I growing up, you had the father, maybe you had the father, mother raising the kids. Now you got grandmama raising the kids, and grandma ain't that old.
I said she ain't even 40 years old.
No, she ain't even 40, but
grandma was in her 60s,
and they still doing. They going out there with they daughters. They at the club together. They doing everything together, and the kids just raising themselves.
Yeah, now a lot of what you and Pastor guy just said is true. But you had a lot of families that didn't have fathers in their home. But
not 3 out of 4.
Mm-hmm.
Right now in the black community, 3 out of 4 African American children are born in a single parent household.
Okay, but the situation back then, Pastor guy, when the father wasn't in the home, you had guys who were friends of guys who had their parents in the home.
Okay, so what we gonna do about it now?
Cause ain't no father next door.
It's called mentorship. Because when I ran, a lot of my friends' father wasn't in the house. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, anytime you bring somebody to your house, the parents will have to beat that person. So I want to know who my kid hanging out with.
Now, you know what? They got a man right now that's trying to put that kind of moral value back into America. You know who that man is?
Who that?
His name is Donald J. Trump. You ever heard of him?
Yeah, he did. What guy?
He's trying to put the moral fabric back into the urban communities.
In what way?
In the way of offering a sustainable jobs inside the community, so that way they can have economic wealth instead of going to jobs where they don't have any vacation leave or sick leave and don't make enough income where they can buy their own house instead of renting their house, or letting the fathers out of jail who have served too much time, shouldn't have gotten that much time as they had gotten, or to get back into the families and stuff, to maybe rebuild the family structure, or to offer educational benefits such as vouchers, where children that instead of sending them to failed schools that are not going to prepare them for the world economy we're dealing with, they can go to any private school, even the one that his children go to, and they don't have to go into economic hardship to do so because they provide vouchers to do that. Those are just a few examples.
Oh, you know, those are the great things are doing on that aspect. Okay, now, a lot of times you speak of prison reform. Mm-hmm. I think the prison reform and justice reform are two different things.
Nobody said anything about justice reform.
Okay, so that's what he needs to add to his social program.
He is actually, that's why he called it the Step 1 program. Mm-hmm. The justice reform and the police department reform across the United States and all that, all that is part of the overall bigger picture. Here's your problem. Okay. Even when he does the first step, like prison reform, mm-hmm. the people who benefits most, which are really basically black people that vote Democrat, have representatives that blocking him on every front that he has from them getting these benefits because they hate him so much that they're willing to let their constituents suffer.
Okay, now, Pastor.
And then they got some black folk that be calling in, even on radio stations, and they be telling folk that they independent thinkers and that they vote on the issue. But yet they go up against them every chance they get. Don't you want to make America great again? Say make America great again. Say it. Let me hear you say it. Let me hear you say it. Say make America great again. Let me hear you say it.
Pastor God, I want America to be great. Okay. Now, when you pinpoint a point in time in American history that America was great, especially for black people, I can go ahead and agree with that.
Ever since 1619.
Okay.
You know how I know.
Yes, slavery after that.
Okay, and you asked that was the start of slavery, and it was great for black people. You know why?
Why?
Because if it was not for slavery, you would not have 13% of the population of the United States to be black people. And them black people gotta be okay with it, because I don't see them catching no one-way train of planes back to Africa.
No, you can't necessarily.
Okay, then how come you ain't went back to Africa then? How come you ain't went back to Africa? They still got banana trees over there.
Now, the Mexicans have over 13%, and they've never been slaves in America.
The Mexicans were in America. The Mexicans didn't get brought to America from slavery, sir. All that land down there by Texas and New Mexico and Arizona and all that, sir, that was already inhabited by the Mexicans there. Sir, that was part of Mexico.
Okay, now, Pastor, now, they go back to what we were saying about the justice reform. Now, I'm a man.
There is no justice reform, man. You can't get the justice reform because y'all blocking him on the prison reform. Your Democratic leader, they blocking him on blocking infanticide, killing babies. They blocking him on doing prison reform. They blocking him on doing economic renewal in urban areas and stuff. Everything that the man wants to do, the people that you support are blocking it. What part of town you live in? What part of town you live in? You tell us that.
I said the county.
Oh, yeah, but you want these folks keep living like they living in the city.
Let me say this right here. Okay, now, you said all that. Now, Donald Trump went and appointed a guy named Jeff Sessions. You know that guy, right?
Okay, Ian.
Everything President Obama put in place to try to help the justice reform. Did you know?
No, he did not. I had Van Johnson on this very show who worked in the Obama administration, and he said himself, because Obama would not take what he could get, he demanded all or nothing. Obama got nothing. Now, Van Johnson, one of his spokesmen, said that himself. Y'all be shaming yourself. You know what? I told y'all, Mr. President, don't free them. They don't want to be slaves. You live in the county. You represented by Republicans. That's what you read. The county is Republican representation. But you telling these folks that's suffering in the city about this liberal Democratic control to keep on doing this stuff, but you hijack your tail and ran right up among it. You move back into the city. You move back to Orange Mound. Move back to North Memphis and call in and tell me that then.
Let me tell you right here. Jeff Sessions tried to reverse everything.
Yeah, well, he didn't. Man. Oh, okay, I'll see. I gotta go to the next call now. I'll see. Bye, man.
Bye. The man, I told you, he got a script and he's staying to it now. Everything you tell him, he gets okay, and then he go back to that script.
That man sit at home at night, man, writing his diary before he called in.
Man, what?
That's the same. You don't hear nothing I say.
Nope.
Hello, caller. Welcome to the show.
I don't care what the devil say, Jesus is real. Hell is smoking and God ain't joking. He's playing with you.
Hey, God ain't playing, my man. He ain't playing. Hey, my man, how you doing today? Talk to me.
Okay, how you doing, Pastor? I tell you, like you say, the nervous, look like a lot of respect, they don't have respect for the preacher, they don't have respect for themselves, really, because why? I look why don't the 40 pants around the way? Why don't walk around with you? That's disrespecting your own self.
Well, not just the men sagging their pants. These girls going around, and some of my beautiful young women, they tattooing their bodies up with all this stuff that's gonna beat up for the rest of their life. And they even got one that's called a tramp stamp that they get right at the lower part of their back. And you know that they call it a tramp stamp. You gonna get it tattooed on you anyway. Then wonder why they treat you like a tramp. If you ain't not a tramp, take that uniform off.
That's true, but hold on, my man. You got these lesbian women walking around here with their pants sagging down.
Sure do.
And look, I'm like, what? What is this?
I mean,
and you know, they got bad when a woman can go out in public and show half of her butt and the man not get excited. There ain't nothing feminine about this. No.
Hey, it don't make no sense. I don't know what they're thinking, they're not thinking.
to keep me thinking, if the thing is thinking the wrong thing the wrong way, you know. I mean,
well, now that's the problem. They've been thinking, but they've been thinking with a godly mind. That's why the Bible says, "Let this mind be in you that was also in Christ Jesus." Renew your mind. Renew your mind.
Exactly. I know you're right about it. All right, then y'all keep on flying out and stand not.
Amen. Amen.
We got another one.
Come on, let's go.
Let's know Greta Thunberg some more. Girl need medication. I ain't ashamed to say it.
Need this up, King Pop on.
Tell me why you did that. Why didn't you fly to New York City to come and speak at the UN and inspire people to move climate change movements?
I did it because
she's 11 years old. Like she paid for her travel plans.
Because of the enormous impact.
Because your mom and daddy told you come there and say that.
Individually, and just to make a stand, and I am one of the very few people in the world who can actually do such a trip. So I thought, why not?
Wow. I mean, I know I wouldn't do that as a kid, and I wouldn't do it now. But what is inspiring is your determination, and what's inspiring is that it doesn't just affect other young people. It started to affect older generations in Sweden, in Germany. People are starting to call it the Greta effect, where people are taking more trains. Since you started this movement, they said they feel ashamed to fly unnecessarily in Europe. Your mom is an opera singer, and she stopped flying, which means she couldn't perform the way she used to. Do you sometimes feel bad that she can't perform, or are you more excited that she's not part of, I guess, polluting the planet?
I don't care, honestly, about how she performs. She's doing musicals now, so I mean, she had to change career, but it wasn't that big.
And the planet is the most important thing for you.
Yeah, I mean, for all of us, I think it should be.
Why? Why do you think young people are so focused on climate change now? There's a definite disconnect between older generations and younger generations when talking about the climate. Why do you think that is?
I mean, I think it is because we, in a way, feel like it is more a direct threat. Others feel like I won't be alive then anyway, so screw it. But we actually know that these consequences will face us during our lifetime, and it is already happening now, and it will get worse. And so I think that is why so many young people especially care about this. And of course, the awareness is not as it needs to be. It's not as much as it needs to be. People are still very unaware, is my experience. And so we need to continue, but you can see that among young people, the concern is bigger.
What do you think people need to learn about climate change? Many people have heard of the climate warming up. Some people have a small understanding of what it means, but what do you think is lacking in the understanding of this issue?
I think pretty much everything, because, I mean, we know that something is wrong, that the planet is warming because of increased greenhouse gas emissions, and that might lead to that the ice caps will melt, and the global temperature will rise. And
reading stuff she's been programmed.
It's the same old talking point they've been having.
But they don't understand how severe.
She knows she's just 11.
And it is because they have not been informed. I mean, we are right now in the beginning of the sixth mass extinction.
It's a difference, you know.
And people don't know these things. Up to 200 species go extinct every single day. And people don't even know that we have, for a 67% chance
she go to school
of
every single day.
Temperature rise
to
to 1.5 degrees. We had on January 1st, 2018, 420 gigatons of carbon dioxide left to emit to stay within that target. And now we're already down to less than 360. If we continue at the same emission level as now, we have
Message from other guy. Those are facts, sir.
She's spitting facts. Like he know. He a meteorologist now.
And that is for
One of these people.
6 to 7%.
I do this. Here's some here liberal Democrat today. They run with it.
Mm-hmm.
Some can't spell
6 to
to
7% chance, and we're not even hitting those targets. What do you think?
That's enough for her.
Thank you.
Now, one more, and I'm really ready to listen to you. Donald Trump introduced bill to stop LGBTQ from adopting children. Let's see, we got it right here. The rule would let faith-based adoption groups exclude LGBTQ parents. The Trump administration is proposing a rule. You're right, they got proposing a rule that would allow faith-based foster care and adoption agencies to continue getting taxpayer funding, even if they exclude LGBTQ families and others from their services based on religious beliefs. The announcement generated a sharp backlash from some Democratic lawmakers and LGBTC advocacy groups. Senator Ron Wyden, Democrat of Oregon, said the Trump administration was working overtime to implement cruel and discriminatory policies and wasting taxpayer dollars in his obsessive pursuit. President Donald Trump has made addressing the concerns of evangelical voters a priority of his presidency. Now, wait a minute. President Trump is making it a priority of advancing the evangelical agenda. That's Christian.
Mm-hmm.
The Democrats have made it a priority to move God under their oath, pass laws to go against the word of God, and have us follow some policy that says the Bible is a lie, and we call Trump evil? Interesting. The White House said the rule from the Department of Health and Human Services is needed to remove barriers that prevent some nonprofits from helping vulnerable people in their communities. It would apply to a broad range of organizations that receive federal support, such as those that get federal funding to help the homeless or prevent HIV, but the focus from supporters in Detractors Friday was on foster care and adoption services. Under the proposed rule, HHS would redo an Obama-era rule that included sexual orientation as a protected trait under the anti-discrimination protection that Obama, what he did again. That's why the name keep coming up. The United States Conference of Catholic Bishops said that restricting the work of faith-based organizations, as the Obama rule threatened to do, was unfair and served no one, especially the children in need of those services. What do you think about it? 901-452-3094 or 901-324-7490. What do you think about it? That's a good thing.
I thought me. I thought you
was talking to Jeremy. You can go ahead. You can answer.
Man, about time. Because okay, you already getting little babies, so now they getting confused, don't know what to do, and then they seeing that they think it's okay. That's what we supposed to be doing. Mm-hmm. Because when you raise your kid, they gonna do what their mama and daddy do.
Children are curious, and they tend to follow the example that they've been exposed to in their rearing.
And you see your dad and another dad together, so I guess that's what we're supposed to do. Wrong.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know they do that on purpose. That's to desensitize you. So that way, when you look at it and stuff, homosexuality is okay and stuff. Everybody need to be themselves. And you got that right. Be yourself. But don't impose who you choose to have sex with on me and my children. That's what I got a problem with. That's what I got a problem with. But then, different strokes, different folks. 901-452-3094 or 901-324-7490. What you think about it? I'm trying to find a video. I saw some video. CBS this morning. Let's see what they felt about it.
Here's some information about CBS this morning. Host Gayle King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeComo set out to redefine CBS morning landscape with their lively and original reporting on international news stories and interviews with important figures in politics, business, and entertainment on this weekday program.
All that money that she got in the come on, man. Somebody did. You can wear a different day now. Let me leave that alone, though. She'll come out there with that gold hair and stuff. That's something that I don't understand either. How dark-skinned women come out there with gold hair, but the dark-skinned baby born with blonde hair, cute. They label that baby albino.
Mm-hmm.
They go and do it to themselves. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay, let's see. Do we have it? The truck thing. You know, anything Trump, as I told you, you have a tsunami going on. And somebody said, I heard President Trump passed gas. Here it is. I found it. Got a call? Go ahead, send me one.
My prescriptions used to be really expensive.
Hey,
Then I went to go.
I'll call back to the show, sir.
can you hear me?
Yeah, you agree.
Which one's on the radio?
That might be mine coming in the
I have
commercial
good
play out.
insurance, but with good RX, I save even more
I
money.
think mine is that too.
Okay, well, go ahead, talk to me, my
We're going to
friend.
begin with
So
this.
anyway,
So jump with it.
with what Donald Trump is proposing about LGBT community, I just so happened to go out with just such a female one in my high school years.
Okay.
That was raised by two lesbians.
Okay.
I don't know. The conversations that we used to have, they were very narrow.
When you say narrow, what do you mean? Give an example.
Well, pretty much, she didn't agree with what they were doing.
Okay.
But she lived there all through her young adult life until she graduated high school, and I've seen her probably when I went back to California. I've seen her. I've seen her probably in 2012. By that time, she had married, and she had 2 children, and I never did bring up the conversation about what she grew up with or anything like that. I think for her position, I think she was just probably happy to get out of the foster care system.
Yeah.
But as far as it affecting her mentally and spiritually, because we used to go to the same church actually, it didn't affect her that much. No, I can't say that for all of it.
Right. Wait, is this Chris?
It is.
I know, I got your gift over the weekend, and I appreciate that, but now I want the real gift. Now, I appreciate the monetary gift, God knows I do, but I want the real gift. When we going to worship together? That's what I'm waiting on.
Oh, okay.
That's my Christmas gift.
Oh, okay.
That's
well,
my
maybe I'll do
resurrection
that
present.
by Christmas then.
No, man, that's 2 months away. What if Jesus come back tomorrow? You gonna miss it?
Well, yeah, I guess I would.
Yeah. No, but I do appreciate it. Yeah, I know people. You know, Chris, when you take it like that, that's like saying, I know young men that grew up in single-parent households raised by their mothers that turned out real good in life. There are incidents like that, but when you put it on the big scale, you're going to find far more of them that turn out off-center than on-center. And the same thing with those children being raised in those kind of environments. That's what I see.
True. And that's why.
The family is the first example of the church that a child sees. And when they see 2 men who are married together, 2 women married together, then the first example of the church they see is a dysfunctional, demonic church.
And so that's why I said I don't know. I know what happened to her and how she felt about that type of living family environment. But I can't. That's I can't speak for anybody else.
How do you feel about Donald Trump's proposal?
His proposal, that's okay. I just think if he's trying to do the right thing, then that's what counts.
Okay. All right. Well,
Chris, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
How old was she when she got adopted?
She was about 9.
Okay. See, that's different between you getting somebody when they were a baby. 1, 3, or 4 years old. Yeah, because she had 9, she know better. She seen different stuff and like, okay.
She's had time to determine what her personality is.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was about 9 when they got her, and she lived there until she was about 19. So, that, like I said, it didn't seem to affect her in an adverse way.
Because she already
grew up. Like I said, she grew up to be get to marry a preacher, and then they had 2 kids. However, they did get divorced for whatever reason. I don't know why, but she grew up into a a family unit after she got married. She had her own family unit.
Okay, well, that's a good thing. Mm-hmm. All right, well, I got to play this clip, man. I love you, my friend, and once again, I appreciate you.
Okay, no problem. Have a good day.
Something sweet. Too many
I went
carbs.
back to the commercial. It was already said the play. You always have you got shenanigans.
The delicious taste of
You're going to play any commercial, but I'm right on through it.
Food Center. Everyday progress.
And we're going to begin with this. The Trump administration proposing a controversial new rule that would allow faith-based adoption and foster organizations to deny their services to LGBTQ couples. This would be a rollback of a 2016 move by the Obama administration. Many religious groups support the change, but critics say it's a license for discrimination. Jan Crawford is in Washington. Jan, good morning. So tell us more about the reaction to this.
Well, gay rights groups say
a license for discrimination. Jan Crawford is in Washington. Jan, good morning. So tell us more about the reaction to this.
Well, gay rights groups say there's tens of thousands of foster children awaiting adoption, and the rule would make even fewer families available to them. But the White House maintains this isn't about preventing the LGBTQ community from adopting. It's about protecting religious organizations from having to choose between helping children and honoring their faith.
It was the most incredible gift that I could have received, and just want to give that to someone else.
As someone who is adopted, Carrie Ann Hamilbeast knew she would do the same when it came time to expand her family. She and her partner LJ are in the early stages of the process. But a proposed rule by the Department of Health and Human Services would allow foster care and adoption agencies to reject LGBTQ families on religious grounds. The move would also apply to other programs receiving federal grants, including those that help with HIV prevention or homelessness.
What this rule does is it eliminates the number of willing and loving and safe families for children who are in need of homes, and that to me is very troubling.
Proponents of the new rule dispute that claim. Travis Weber is with the Family Research Council, a Christian advocacy group.
This really just allows a bigger pool of organizations and parents who could pick from an organization that aligns with their own beliefs and philosophy on the family and where a child should be placed.
In a statement, the Family Equality Council, an advocacy group for LGBTQ families, said the rule will further limit the pool of loving homes available to America's 440,000 children living in foster care, and puts providers' interest in discriminating over the needs of youth in care.
It's really unfair to call someone's long-held religious beliefs to classify that as discrimination. It's very important that these organizations have the ability to place these children and still operate according to their convictions.
A 2018 study from UCLA found an estimated 114,000 same-sex couples were raising children in the U.S. in 2016. The report showed that same-sex couples are more likely than different-sex couples to be raising adopted children.
I think this issue is really bigger than politics. This is about children, and we are supposed to protect these children, not implement rules that hurt them.
Now, the proposed rule could reportedly be published in the Federal Register as early as today. That would be followed by a 30-day comment period. Gail? Go ahead. Hope they can work something out there. Thank you very much.
Now, for those of you that say, name me something that the president's doing, well, that's something. Mm-hmm. Might not be getting no support for it, but he's doing it. That is something. 901-452-3094 or 901-324-7490. What do you think about it? Do you think about Greta Thunberg or the lady that played it first that said abortion is God's plan? Or Donald Trump who introduced legislation to not allow homosexuals to adopt children? because it doesn't give them a realistic view of what the morals of our society are. Is anything wrong with that? Or you won't say that anybody who wants children just go get children and let them find their way. They might do like the girl that Chris says that she turned out all right.
Yeah, but she was 9.
Yeah.
I have seen kids raised by female, guys raised by females, and they end up with similar ways. And
boys that are raised by women have a tendency to act like one.
I know.
Never seen it fail.
So they can pick up that trait. What do you think they're gonna pick up on the other stuff?
And children being curious because they children.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll go and let you put that in my mouth. That don't feel right up there. Oh, I was born like this.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you need to be born again.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all ain't get
but
it.
folks won't fight for it.
Yeah, they fighting for it. Because they fight against God. The other guy, whether he knew it or not, he was prophesying. They are in battle with God, man.
Mm-hmm.
They are God haters. They despise Donald Trump to the point that they'll let their hatred for God shine in their vote.
That's so true.
And every time that you try to bring it up to them, well, you know, you get through talking about Donald Trump. What about you voting for these people that's taking God out of this country? I don't want to talk about that. Because you don't care. You don't care you disrespecting God.
Man, they can't see God. They don't know. Like they said, ain't no God up there. We don't have no God. I'm like, really?
Yeah, pretty much.
But they know everything, though.
And they don't make it so bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's being validated in a lot of the churches that they go to.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Look what Judah said.
Oh, okay.
Message from Judah. No, not the mouth.
He said, no, not the mouth. Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Oh,
that's what they're doing. How you going to sit down and explain to your children there? Granddaddy, what do they mean when they say gay? That means homosexual, son. What's homosexual, Granddaddy? That when two men making love to each other. Well, Granddaddy, how they do that, Granddaddy? You see, one man, he take his penis and put it in the man's mouth. And then, after that, he let the other man, or he do it, put his penis in the other man's behind, and let the other man put his behind. And they'll come arrest me with child pornography.
Mm-hmm.
But they got Planned Parenthood sitting in the school teaching it to our preschool and kindergarten children. Don't y'all get it?
Oh, yeah, but they go a step forward. They teach them how to masturbate, too.
Show them how to masturbate and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they not being arrested? And why you keep sending your child to this public school?
It's liberal.
Yeah. And it is hate Trump.
Mm-hmm.
They racist.
Mm-hmm.
White supremacists. You're going to send y'all back to the cotton field.
Put you back in chain.
Those dog whistle. How that dog whistle go, Q?
Oh, man. You know, I
Yeah,
ain't
dog
no,
whistle.
but hold on. You know me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got something to describe this madness that's going on. Other guy, come on. I see they calling you. Come on. Other guy, come on.
You big dummy.
Now that John. I've been watching CNN. I'm gonna think whatever they say. I got a bunch of bananas today. Hey, we gotta get out of here. Judah says called sodomy. They don't want to be called there because it'll be identified.
Sodomites.
You know, sodomites. I just call it nasty. That's all I call it, Judah. Just flat foot nasty. God bless y'all. I love you. We'll be back in here tomorrow. If you like the show, support the show. Go to AndreGuy.com. Click on Revelation Christian Center, and you can donate from anywhere in the world. We love you. God bless y'all. Look, at the end of the day, I'm not doing it for fame. I'm not doing it for fortune. I'm doing it because I love God. And if you love Him, you're going to follow His word. Amen?
Amen.
Be blessed. We out of here.